Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dimas Aula Hidayatullah from Academic Reading B. And today I would like to tell you about my summaries that I got from Journal of English Education and Linguistic Studies. The title is An Investigation into Indonesian EVL University Student Speaking Excellently by Muklas Abror, Universitas Jambi, Indonesia. Okay, let's move to the first point. Introduction. Successful foreign language learning requires that students accommodate both cognitive and affective domains in their learning. Anxiety, an affective factor in language learning, is a frequently observed issue which regularly influences student performance and their academic achievement and can negatively impact the learning process. The phenomenon is often identified in speaking modules of English as a foreign language or EVL because students are required to think and give a response to the initiation almost simultaneously. Quantitative study investigates and reports EFL learners speaking excellent and its associated factor and aims to provide some practical suggestion for language tutor and meaningful recommendation for further research. The next is method. I have 3 points in method. The first is participants and setting. The second is research instrument. And the last is data collection and data analysis. Okay, let's move to the participants and setting. The participants in this quantitative study were 72 second-year EFL students studying an English teacher training program at a public university in Jambi, Indonesia. You can see the table and you can read by yourself. The next is research instrument. The purpose of items 4 until 30 in the questionnaires was to explore the participants' level of efficiency in the component of speaking. Q4 until Q5 comprehension, Q6 until 7 grammar, and Q8 until 9 word choice, Q10 and 11 pronunciation, Q12 and 30 French. The 5-point Likert scale was used in constructing statement option. Number 1 strongly disagree, number 2 disagree, number 3 neither agree nor disagree, number 4 agree, and the last is strongly agree. Okay, the last point is data collection and data analysis. The first, the researcher electronically sent a set of questionnaires to his colleagues and provided instructions around how the questionnaire should be correctly administered. Second, when data collection had been completed, the researcher then manually input the data in statistical package for social sciences 22.1 or SPSS and started quantitative analysis. The last is to satisfy research ethical obligation prior to undertaking the study, the researcher sent a letter requesting consent to the director of the English teacher training program to further protect the participant identity. Anonymity was used in the final report. Okay, next is finding and discussion. In the first hypothesis, the researcher wanted to explore the factor structure underlying speaking accent responses in the data set. The second hypothesis was intended to investigate if the gender, proficiency, and class type became the significant predictors towards learners speaking accent as a dependent variable. And the next is result of factor analysis. The first step in conducting factor analysis is to produce the correlation metric intended to determine whether or not the study variable correlates, and if so, the extent of the correlation. You can see the graph on the table here. You can see about all of the study. And the next is result of multiple linear regression. Multiple linear regression is generally defined as one of the modeling techniques that enable a researcher to access the relationship between a DF predicted and some predictor. The final result of this modeling is the development of a regression equation line of the best fit between DF and some EFS. And the first, multicollinearity. Multicollinearity is a phenomenon in which more than one of the forces are highly correlated in multiple regression. The next is data normality, linearity, and outliers. The researchers is advised to check the data normality and linearity before reporting the model of regression analysis. Okay, and move to the last is conclusion. This study aimed to identify the construct of the speaking accent questionnaire and to explore the model for predicting speaking accent based on gender, proficiency, and class type. Firstly, the latent constructs of speaking accent responses in the dataset are determined through an explanatory factor analysis. And secondly, the study aims to examine the relationship between predictors, gender, proficiency, and class type, and a predicted variable or speaking accent with a multiple linear regression test. Okay, that's all for my summaries. If I made a mistake, I'm so sorry. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.